Hi, today I'm at Bedgebury, which is a trail centre in Kent. I've come down here because I grew up around here actually. All my family still live down here, and I came to meet my mum for lunch at the lovely little cafe they've got here at Bedgebury. And so obviously I decided to have a little ride. It's a fairly short, about 8 miles, I think, 8-9 miles. Red loop they've got here, their single track trail. It's fairly easy. Again, it's one of the easier trails in the UK, I think, red graded. It's undulating, sort of up and down, mostly kind of flat, I guess, single track, nothing too taxing on it. They've chucked a few rocks and things in here and there to keep things interesting, and there are some bermy bits and flowy bits, so we'll see how we go today. It's a beautiful day. I've not been here for ages, and so hopefully we'll have a good day today. This is Bedgebury trail centre in Kent. There's a short red graded single track here. Again, it's one of the easier trail centres in the UK. Not a lot of elevation, not particularly technical, but they do have some features thrown in. This is the first feature you come to. At the start, the first bit of the trail is called Genesis. So you go down that rock, a nice flowy to start with. So there's a little short, sharp, quite boggy climb after that first small descent. It brings you up to this section. Now the weather is beautiful today, but we did have some very heavy rain last week, and despite the weather being beautiful, it's still cold, so it's not quite drying as it hopefully should do soon. So unfortunately there will still be some boggy sections. So in front of us we have a black option. The only black thing about this is the climb into it. Usually I don't do it when it's been a boggy mess, because climbing into it is tricky, and I'm not riding up that. Let's see, am I going to do it today or not? So I have managed to get myself into it. I wouldn't advise doing what I just did, but I've managed it. Let's see how we go on this section. It's graded black, it really isn't, but I don't normally do it when it's wet, so I don't know what condition the berms are going to be in. Well, this one's fine. Also, it depends on the landings off these drops, which again, that's completely rollable despite it being graded black. There's another one round the corner here, slightly bigger one. Again, that is still rollable though, so careful. And this bit of trail is now all exposed. It used to have lots of trees, and now it's all exposed. So this is all dry, perfectly fine as well. So you've got like a stupid rock garden to try and get up, just to get into a section of trail, which to be honest in a Welsh trail centre would be on a blue. little bit of climbing now. This trail is undulating, so you get some flowy bits, some fairly flat bits, and these little short sharp climbs. I always struggle with this trail because it's quite tight. Some of the gaps between the trees aren't very wide, and it's flat and twisty and a little bit awkward in places like here. I don't like that bit because the trees seem very close together. I mean, they can't be because you get through it, but I always feel like I'm about to hit my bars. So none of these downhill sections are very steep. There's not a lot of elevation here. There seems to be a theme with where I've been going recently. Sherwood Pines, Thetford, and now here. I guess these are the three easiest road to trail centres. Now this is Cardiac Hill. It's quite a steep rutted climb. I remember it being particularly bad last time I came through here because of all the ruts and the mud. Well, that was fine. Maybe the mud has filled the ruts in. So there's a woman up ahead of me that's just appeared from Cardiac Hill, that single track climb I've just done, which is clearly marked as a bike only trail. It's not dual purpose. She's got a couple of dogs. She's just walked past me, and I've told her that I'm coming. I suspect she's one of these that hates bikers though. There she is. Thank you. There is plenty of forest here. This is not a small place. There are a lot of walking trails, fire road trails, all sorts of trails here. There's absolutely no need for people out walking, or particularly with dogs, to be walking on a designated bike trail. I think I've said it before, but these people are the first people to complain if they think a bike is going where it shouldn't be going. And yet they put themselves at risk, their animals at risk, and everyone else at risk by insisting on riding on trails that aren't designated for them. Really annoys me. Probably going the wrong way now because I've been in a rant and I didn't look at the sign. Which way am I going? I think it's left here. Right, before we go into this trail, I just want to point out that sign there. Let's let this guy go first.
Hiya.
Hi. Ah, another Mondraker. Right, so he's not going down the single track. So there's a sign there at the entrance to this trail, and there's a sign at the entrance to every bit of single track trail. Look what it says. Not recommended for walkers, no dogs. So there, stupid woman. God, I'm crap at corners. And another one. Hello. Another one that can't read. Honestly. And these people are local. They've not just stumbled upon this by accident. Okay, this is called Gloomy Woods. It does get quite gloomy and boggy in a bit. Hopefully we won't come across any more dog walkers. The problem is they're all old ladies, and I feel bad like telling an old lady off. And I mean, they must be old if I'm calling them old ladies, because I'm old. But I can't tell someone's nan off for walking their little dog down a bike trail. It just seems wrong. But I would hate for them to be walking their little dog down a bike trail and some kid come tearing down it and hit them, because that would be awful. Maybe they only ride them during the weekday when they think it's quiet, and then I come along and mess up their nice walking. Right, now this is getting very dark for me because I wear reactor lenses. I can't see a damn thing now. So it's very gloomy in here. Always quite wet through here. So this is really wet actually. It's not usually this bad. I grew up a few miles down the road from here in a little village called Hawkhurst in Kent. I went to school in Cranbrook School in Kent. Went to college in Tunbridge in Kent. Both my parents and my oldest brother still live in the area. Dad's still in Kent. Mum and brother both live in East Sussex, which borders Kent, literally just down the road. So I come back here fairly often. This place probably wouldn't be worth a visit for me if I had no reason to be here though. The trail isn't very long. As you can see, it's just quite flat and twisty. Nothing too exciting on it. And the blue trail here is just fire road, so unlike some places where they have fairly decent blue trails and red trails, so you can get in a few miles on the single track. Here you've just got the one single track and then the fire road, so it's a bit of a shame actually. Felt nice. Little pop there. Oh well, the Garmin thinks I did some jumps there. I quite like that bit of trail, but I never have enough speed. So you remember the black graded trail that we did earlier, how that was just a few berms and some little curb sized drops, graded black. Well, this is called by Kia. This is on the red graded trail. Clearly this is quite difficult. I can't do it, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody I'm with do it fully. My mate Gary has tried it and I don't think he's completed it all. My nephew's tried it. I don't think he's done it all either. It's quite tricky. The next few sections have got these weird rock things thrown in now. I guess to give it its red graded trail. I guess to give it its red grading. But they're actually quite tricky. It's weird that black bit of trail is a lot easier, I think, than some of these red rocky options here. I mean, that is quite tricky. Here's another annoying rock feature. Again, if you aren't a numpty like me, it's not that hard. But I would get to this point and do something stupid. I want to put my foot down and fall off. So I'm not risking it. So they just throw random rocks into the trail. This section here as well, slightly awkward. Don't like those bits there. And this bit here, that's quite awkward. And this bit here, now I've never gone down that bit. My sister-in-law fell off here. I've said it in other videos. She went into a little stream and that's kind of spooked me. Oh, I think we're done with the rocks now. Those two sections have got those funny little rocks chucked in. I think that's it now. Oh, look at the deer. The deer's just run off to my right up there. Right, and over there is where we started from. So I guess that used to be the end of it. And then they added in another bit, which is coming up next. This is Cake Run, the final bit of the single track. Sadly, I can't get through there because of the trees being in the way. It's a shame, really. I don't know how wide it is there, but I don't trust myself to try and get through there. Ah, some more rocks. I've forgotten about these ones at the end here. Oh, I'm right off the trail there. Gosh, my cornering is appalling. So it's a good job I've got a coaching session booked with Sam Copp from Katie Curd Coaching at the Forest of Dean on Thursday. Hopefully he'll be able to do some magic on me. But that's the end of the single track. You come back here, we rode up here earlier. I wasn't filming it because it's just fire road. The blue trail heads down that way, which is just forest road where the walkers are. And the red single track starts just up there. So to give you an idea of the comparison between here and Thetford, which is where I went last time, Thetford I think I did 23 miles and only about 800 feet of climbing. Today I've done just over 9 miles and just over 1,000 feet of climbing. So that actually shows you how flat Thetford actually is, and it's not even hilly here, it's just kind of undulating. So that's it, a fairly small, well short I guess, red graded single track at Bedgebury Forest completed. I think I'm going to go for a little ride down here now and just enjoy some of the scenery before I head home. So we're coming to the end of the ride at Bedgebury now. We've done the single track. I've done the short loop, the short blue loop, which is just via road through the forest, just to enjoy some of this beautiful scenery and beautiful weather before I head home. We're heading back down the hill now to the car park. So yeah, I guess I've said it several times, Bedgebury isn't particularly difficult. There are some awkward rocky bits thrown in, but you can get around them. If you happen to be in the area, pay the place a visit, or obviously if you're local. I personally wouldn't come here very often if I didn't have family here, but it is always nice to go somewhere different every so often. And I hope you can hear me over the rumble of the stones and the wind. Thank you for watching this video again, I do appreciate it. Especially those of you that leave comments, so thank you very much for that. And I'll see you on the next one.